Sir, also. Hello. Sir, shall we start? Okay, so please mute yourself. Yeah. Okay, I can hear you. A very charming afternoon to one and all present here. I, Kritika, on behalf of GL Bajaj, Institute of Management, affiliated by Chaudhry Charan Singh University, Meerut, welcomes you again on day 4 of 5 days faculty development program on systematic literature review with sub-theme of meta-analysis. I extend my heartiest welcome to our Dean Ma'am. A special welcome to our eminent resource person, Dr. Dhaval Mehta sir. I also welcome head of different departments, faculty members, and the participants. In simple terms, meta-analysis is a quantitative and formal design used to systematically assess the result of previous research to derive conclusion about the body of research. To throw more light on this topic, we have among us Dr. Dhaval Mehta sir as our valued resource person. He is doctorate in management and currently working as an assistant professor, Department of Business and Industrial Management. He has 18 years of postgraduate teaching experience over and above industrial experience with multinational finance companies such as ICICI Bank and HDFC Limited. He has presented and published 25 research papers in national and international conferences. He has been the key resource person for the research methodology workshops organized at various different levels, NITS. He has published books on meta-analysis and statistical analysis using R. He has organized various faculty development programs on data analysis using SPSS, AMOS, Minitab, eViews, R software, R Rattle, Design Expert, Orange, IBM Watson, RapidMiner, etc. So now I request sir to kindly start over his session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Am I audible, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So before we understand meta-analysis, I am having a question for all of you, right? Does coffee raise the blood pressure or not? A question for all of you. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. My simple question is, does coffee raise the blood pressure or not? You can put your answer in chat box also if you want. I don't mind.
Yes, sir.
No. Okay. Now just see in your chat box. The opinions are, some are saying yes, and some are saying no, some are even saying cannot say. So when you will search the literature review, you will get equal type of views. That some literature will say that yes, the coffee raises the blood pressure, and some literature will say it does not raise. The same happens in our cases also. That some literature will say that loyalty affects the staying, loyalty affects the satisfaction of the employee. Some literature will say that the loyalty does not affect the satisfaction of the employee. So this is the reason we have to do the meta-analysis. We have to aggregate all these studies to come out on the common consensus that after considering so many studies, what is our take home? Is the effect there or not? The credit of developing the concept of meta-analysis goes to the statistician Carl Pearson. He published a paper in 1904 in which the collated data from several studies was analyzed using the meta-analysis. So the study was about the typhoid inoculation, and the objective of meta-analysis was to aggregate the outcome of multiple studies done by different doctors. Meta-analysis are the subset of the systematic reviews. I'm sure you must have, there must be a lecture on systematic review. What is the difference between literature review, systematic review? So all those four things should be done simultaneously. Literature review, systematic review, bibliometric analysis, and meta-analysis. It has been estimated that there are 10 lakh articles which are published in 20,000 journals every year, which is considered to be the information explosion. Due to this information explosion, it has been observed that the research conducted on similar topics have a varied results. Do you all agree? Say yes or no in the chat box.
Yes.
Do you all agree? Pallavi ma'am, my PPT is visible to all others. Kindly refresh your screen. Sir, your camera is off. You want to continue the session like this? Yeah, I'll continue the session like this. Then when the question and answer answers are there, I will switch on the camera, right? Okay, let's proceed further. Now, in all this situation, the life of the researcher becomes hell. Why? Because there is one school of there is one school of thoughts which say the effect is there. Another school of thoughts is that the effect is not there. Now what to do? So the meta-analysis comes to your rescue. What is the objective? To examine the subgroups with individual numbers to develop a more correct estimate of the effect magnitude. In case of conflicting results, to establish the statistical significance among studies. At present, you will not be able to understand any of these points, but when we will do this thing, hands-on training will be done, you will be able to understand that what this objective of 1, 2, and 3 is there. So when we are doing meta-analysis, we have to consider all the published, unpublished literature available. And we have to collect all this. You can definitely segregate your articles or paper that is from A grade journal, B grade journal, C grade, and you can definitely have a meta-analysis for A, B, C, D. Subgroups is also can be done. So the meta-analysis is done after systematic reviews. Why it is done after systematic reviews? Because in systematic reviews, you will find out a specific literature which is very relevant, which is very pertinent to your domain, and which is very exact to your domain in the sense that you are studying a relationship of X with Y, loyalty with satisfaction, shareholders wealth affected by corporate social responsibility. So when you will find out very specific literature which is relevant to your study, your paper, your dissertation, so then only you will be able to do the meta-analysis, where you will take the regression weights, the correlation, the association, and the sample size for the further confirmation. The procedure of the meta-analysis is based on a theory frame question. Browse offline and online libraries such as Google Scholar, Scopus, PubMed, Medline. Make summary of abstracts of this paper and the title of the individual paper. Collect all the information which is relevant from the final article selected. The information collected in the previous step has to be classified into some grades, which I have already discussed. This grades can be based on journal quality A, B, C, D, or you can also have a discretion, good paper, moderate, and that way you can take the discretion that way also. Now comes the reason why we are doing the meta-analysis. The term heterogeneity, you will have to remember this term, heterogeneity. The entire research is based on heterogeneity. If I talk about econometrics, if I talk about time series, if I talk about structural equation modeling, everything is heterogeneous. We are trying to study heterogeneity. One is the observed heterogeneity and another is the unobserved heterogeneity. There are very few softwares which can take care of the unobserved heterogeneity. Smart PLS is one of them. What is a heterogeneity? Let's try to understand. Just listen to me very carefully. The urge, okay, the urge to buy the new cars, right? New car. This urge is more significant in which gender, right? I'm not PPT, please don't demand for PPT, right? I'll be sharing something to you which is more valuable than this. Okay, listen to me very carefully. The urge, the PPT is not visible. Yeah, I know, I have withdrawn it. I'm asking you some question. Okay, I'm asking you a question. Listen very carefully. The urge of buying a new car is seen significant in which gender? Okay, right. In which gender? You will get the answer male, right? So there are some relationships like X affecting Y. Just a minute. Yeah, I'm here. Okay. Now I'm sharing one Word file with you. Is a Word file visible to all of you? Say yes or no. Is a Word file visible to all of you?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
PPT was not visible previously?
No, sir. No, sir.
PPT was not visible.
No, sir.
Oh, you should have said to me. Yeah. So this is the first thing. The second thing, the credit of developing the Carl Pearson, the purpose of meta-analysis, systematic reviews, right? So I'm talking about this heterogeneity, right? Now, what this heterogeneity is, let's try. Loyalty affecting the satisfaction. Do you all feel that all the papers will have a same regression rate? Hello? There is hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So somebody is writing here that there is no.
Sir, sometime your voice is not clear. That is why.
Please bear with me because there is a cyclone in Gujarat, and that's the reason. So whenever you feel this, be frank enough to me. There is a cyclone in Gujarat, and that's the reason there is a disturbance which is there
Okay, sir.
everywhere, right? So
Okay.
just hint me that the voice is not clear, right?
Okay, sir.
Now, I will write some numbers. 0.55, 0.45, 0.6. Now see another type of heterogeneity. 0.8, 0.3, 0.9, 0.1, 0.05, 0.95. The figures which are given in the first study, in the first papers, the first one and second one. What is the difference between these two types of papers? What is the difference? What is the paper? What is the difference? Homo and hetero. In second case, the range is high, means the variation is too much. And in the first case, the variation is less, right? The variation is less. Now you will never come across the homogeneity in any sciences. Homogeneity can be there only and only in pure science. Can anybody tell me can anybody give me the reason for this? The homogeneity is normally observed in pure science only. That the studies conducted by different researchers, academicians, will tend to be more nearer. So like you the example, okay. Gravitational force, 9.81, right? Two molecules of H and one molecule of, sorry, two atoms of H and one more atom of O will give you H2O, right? Now there are no ifs and buts in it. And therefore your studies are more homogeneous in pure science. Now, but when I talk about the social science, the management, the economics, right? Things can be different by different authors. And here we are talking about heterogeneity. So we will name two types of heterogeneity, right? Statistically insignificant heterogeneity. Heterogeneity is there, but the variation is there, but the variation is not so much that I will say that it is a statistically significant. Now, this is statistical significant heterogeneity. Is it clear to all of you? Shall I proceed further? Say yes or no in the chat box. Say yes or no in the chat box. Shall I proceed further? Okay. Now, two types of models are there. Fixed effects and random effect models are used for the construction of forest plots. The use of fixed and random effect models are based on how much heterogeneity is there in your data. This fixed and random effect models is nothing to do with your time series or econometrics. These are completely different. Right? We'll be running the forest plot and funnel plot to understand the heterogeneity. The presence of variability in the similar studies may be termed as a heterogeneity. In meta-analysis, aggregation of individual studies should yield a meaningful result. Let me show you the next slide so that you can come to know what do I mean by heterogeneity. 1 and 2, right? Where you can see the homogeneity. Where is the homogeneity? In 1 or 2. Where is the homogeneity seen? Please correct yourself. Homogeneity is not present anywhere. Please correct yourself. I am talking about social science. Homogeneity is not present anywhere. Does anybody want to correct himself or herself? Homogeneity is not present anywhere. Anybody who wants to throw some light here? What is the difference between 1 and 2? Yeah, yes, Vincent Babylon. What is the difference between 1 and 2? Okay. Answer my first question. Is there variations in 1? Are variations in 1 present? Are variations in 1 present? Yes. Homogeneity says that there are no variations. Yes. Homogeneity says that there are no variations. But here the variations are there. So the difference between 1 and 2 is, listen to me very carefully. 1 is statistically insignificant heterogeneity. 2 is statistically significant heterogeneity. Is it clear? 1 is insignificant, 2 is significant. Please write it down. Okay. Fine. Let's proceed further. Now just focus on plot 1. Just focus on plot 1. The studies are statistically insignificant heterogeneity. The variations are there, and more or less, everybody agrees that the effect is on positive side. Now, this is known as forest plot. You can get the result. The relationship between X and Y can be positive or negative. This side, see this side, right? Now, meta-analysis will generate the aggregate of all these studies, the combined effect of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It will generate one diamond which is of black color. Can you see the black color diamond? Say yes or no. Can you see the black color diamond? It will generate. It is an aggregation of all above studies. That is one thing which we have to observe, right? This is one thing which you have to observe. Be with me. You will have to concentrate, right? You will have to concentrate and you will have to understand the entire forest plot, what it is. Okay. Again, I will go back in Word file. Be with me. And now you will answer again. I have carried out a study with 10 sample of students and I have measured their mean height. I got 165 centimeters. I have taken now 100 sample and I have measured their mean height. I got 163.45. Now I have taken 1,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, right? Now, which mean will be more stable? Which mean will be more stable, or the estimates are more stable? The accuracy, where the accuracy will be more? Anybody can tell me? Yeah. So the accuracy will be more in last. Okay. Next question to all of you. Right? Next question to all of you. Now, I again collect 100 samples. Right? 100 samples. Out of this, these 100 samples are new samples. Out of this, in which case the mean which I will get here will be nearer or in the confidence interval of this? In which case the new 100 samples which I have selected, its mean will be nearer or will be in the confidence interval of this? In which case? Right, the last one. Let's see how. See, this mean, which is of 1 lakh, it will definitely have a less confidence interval. Why? Because the bias is less and the mean is so accurate that the chances of fluctuation will be very less. It is so accurate and precise, right? But when I talk about 10 samples, I am not sure that when I will be collecting another 10 samples, I will be getting the same result. So the variations can be very high and therefore the confidence interval in this is large because the fluctuations can happen from 160 to 170. The fluctuations can happen because only I have calculated this mean on the basis of 10 samples. Here, my confidence interval will be low because my mean is so precise. I don't need to worry about it because it is exact, and therefore the confidence interval will be small. Again, I'll go back in the PPT and just observe the same thing. The size of the, please pay attention, the size of the square represents the sample size. So when the red box is large, the whiskers are small. See, these whiskers are small. When the study is large, the confidence interval will be small. And when the study is small, see these red boxes, the confidence interval will be large because we are not sure that our mean will be nearer to each other and therefore we keep the large confidence interval. Is it clear? Or the forest plot will generate the last confidence interval, right? Are you clear on this matter? Say yes or no. Anybody having a doubt? Only one person is saying yes. I want the answer from all of you. Again, okay. Again, please. Okay. Right. I am doing the prediction of the stock market on the basis of last day, right? And I am predicting that tomorrow the index will be 40,000. Last day, only one day I have considered. Now, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. Okay. Which number you can rely more? Which number you can rely more? Year. Why? Why you can rely more? Okay, I'll zoom in. So on the basis, the sample is large. 1 year I have considered. So the mean, which is based on this 1 year, is more stable, and therefore I can have small confidence interval because I am so much sure on the basis of the study that I have calculated this mean. Here only 1 day I have considered, and therefore I'm not sure that on the another day what can be the new Sensex, and therefore I will have to keep large confidence interval because the variations can be very high, as I'm predicting only on the basis of last day. Is it clear now? Shall I proceed further? Shall I proceed further now? Okay. Now see this diamond. If this diamond falls on this side, the aggregate effect is positive. If it falls on this side, the aggregate effect is negative. But if the diamond falls on the central vertical line, it means that overall there is no effect. Overall, we can't say, somebody had answered here, that blood pressure, coffee increases the blood pressure or not, can't say. So overall, we are not in the position to comment anything, considering the aggregate of all this study, that the effect is there or not. Why? Because some studies are saying positive, some are saying negative. There is so much heterogeneity, and therefore I am not in the position to give any consensus. I hope things are clear. Please say yes or no in the chat box. Right? Okay, let's proceed further. Now, there are some measures of heterogeneity. One is Cochrane's Q, right? Cochrane's Q is distributed as a chi-square statistics with k minus 1 degree of freedom. We don't want to go in the technical formula of this, how it is to be interpreted, that only we will focus, right? So you will have to remember basically some statistics on the basis of which we will first try to confirm that the heterogeneity is there or not. So the first basic statistics is I square. Remember I square. More the number, more the heterogeneity, right? More the number, more the heterogeneity. Now, what happens if the heterogeneity is more or heterogeneity is less? Whatever which I have written here, I have discussed the same example in my book, which is available on Amazon, Data Analysis Using R, right? Two types of heterogeneity are there. Plot 1, which is on left-hand side, statistically insignificant heterogeneity. Plot 2, statistically significant heterogeneity, right? Now here, in first case, variations in the individual study are due to chance. In second case, the variations in the individual study are due to the assignable cause. Let me give you the difference between chance and assignable cause. Be with me. Right? A worker has been assigned to make 10 mm bolt, right? 10 mm bolt he has to make, right? And let's say 15 mm. Now you tell me the worker is also experienced, the machines are also good, everything is, the processes are in control, and he has to make a bolt of 10 mm. What is the possibility that he will make the bolt of 5 mm? What is the possibility? Please write in the chat box. What is the possibility? 5 mm. What is the possibility that he will make a bolt of 5 mm? Which is erroneous, which is you can say not good. It is a rejected bolt. What is the probability that he will make 5 mm? Rejected. What is the probability? There cannot be a zero probability, Manka Sharma. There cannot be a zero probability, not 0.5, very less probability, right? Very less. So let's say I represent this thing by a small 2 dots. Now, what is the probability that he will make a 10 mm exact bolt? Very high, right? He makes 10.1, right? So this probability is a little bit less, right? Now let us talk about 11 mm. Very less. Then 12 mm. 13 mm. 14 mm. Next, now comes the 15 mm. Right? Now let us come here. 6 mm. 7 mm. 8 mm. 9. 9.9. Is it clear? Do you all agree with me this? Say yes or no. Do you all agree? Please say yes or no. Please say yes or no. Right. Now just again focus here. Be with me. Right. Please pay your attention. Please give your utmost attention here. What is this plot? What is this plot? Okay, it's a normal distribution plot, right? It's a normal distribution plot. Now see, there are some fluctuations which can happen in the tolerable limit, right? And let's say we keep the tolerance as plus or minus 1 sigma. We keep the tolerance as plus or minus 1 sigma. So any variations which are happening here are tolerable, and we will say it is happening just because of chance. But the variations which are beyond this limit are excessive variations, and we will say assignable cause. Something has definitely changed. Either the machine setting has changed, one. Second, the worker has been changed, two. The tools have been changed, because of which either we are getting the bolt which is of the size 5 mm or 6 mm or 13 mm or 4 mm. So that's the basic difference between chance and assignable. Is my heterogeneity just because of chance? Fine, go ahead. But excessive variation is there, then it is an assignable cause. Is it clear? Is it clear? Thank you. Is it clear? Say yes or no. So how does it matter in case of meta-analysis? If the variations are just because of chance, I had given you the first example, 0.3, 0.35, 0.4, these are all chance. Such variations can happen. Loyalty affecting the commitment, some is saying 0.3, some authors are saying 0.4, 0.35, these are all tolerable. But excessive variations, some researchers say negative, some researchers say positive, and therefore they are all beyond the statistically significant zone. So in such cases, the assignable causes are there. What is the peculiarity of the first one? The confidence intervals of the individual studies have more overlapping area. Little bit confusing. We will try to sort it out. See this. See the areas of this confidence interval. See the whiskers. Are they overlapping? Say yes or no in the chat box. Please pay attention. Are the confidence interval overlapping in plot 1? Say yes or no. Jagdish sir, please see the confidence interval, plot 1. All of you, see the whiskers. Are they overlapping or not? Are they overlapping or not? Yes, they are overlapping. The confidence intervals are overlapping. See. Okay. Now see the second one. See the whiskers. Are the whiskers overlapping? Say yes or no. In second one. Right. So that is a difference between the insignificant heterogeneity and the significant heterogeneity. Right. Let's proceed further. In first case, you will have a very, very high p-value of chi-square. Here, low p-value of chi-square. When we will generate the result, you will come to know what this thing is. Don't worry. Right? Chi-square, that is a Cochrane's Q, will be less than the degree of freedom in the first case, and here it will be more than degree of freedom. I-square statistics, the measure of heterogeneity will be less than 50%. This will be more than 50%. Here fixed effect model is used. Here random effect model is used. What is the difference between these two? When we will run practically, you will be able to understand the difference between FE and RE. Right? All of you now get ready. I hope you have downloaded the session of, you have downloaded the R software. Please activate R. All of you, please activate R. Even if you have not activated, don't worry. You will get the recording of this session. There are not very lengthy commands. Please pay attention and you will be able to do it. Right? Okay, all of you are getting this? Say yes or no. All of you are getting this R window? Fine. Okay, loading, fine. Now your R screen should be divided into 4 parts. Okay, if you get 2 parts, no need to worry. You just click here and the 2 screens will be visible. Okay, we can minimize and maximize button is there. You will get the second screen from here. You can clear this. Yes. So now 1, 2. Now I want this screen also to be splitted into 2 panels. So I'll click on plus sign R script. So I'll get the 4 screens. How many of you have got the 4 screens? Please write down done. I'll wait for you, all of you. No need to worry. I will wait for you. No need to worry. I'll complete the session also and you'll be able to understand also. Right? Bakir ilahi. Right? I'm waiting for all of you. No need to worry. Take your time. I am with you, all of you. Meanwhile, I am sending you one data file is not there. Hello. Gitanjali ma'am, hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello. Double sir, you are audible.
Yeah, I am audible. I want to share the data set. It's not possible here.
It is possible. You can share us on WhatsApp, then we'll share with all the participants.
Right. I thought it is available on Zoom. Okay. So I have
Even
just
in chat box also we can share, sir.
no, ma'am. It is the option is not there, ma'am.
Okay.
In chat box, the option is not there because
To
it should
upload the
have a
file.
system. It's just can you check, ma'am? Is the option available in your case?
I'm just checking it out.
Yes.
Vincent, hello. Yesterday we had shared the link for downloading the R. Vincent,
Yes.
Vincent, yeah, Vincent. We had
Yes.
shared the link yesterday, right?
That link
even
is
if
there.
huh?
We do have that link, sir.
Ma'am had shared the link. Anyway, just pay attention here. There are not big commands. I am there. I will help you. Just pay attention here, right? So Jamovi R Studio, you have to download it. Okay. I'm sharing the data set with all of you. Deepa ma'am will share with you. Now, Preeti ma'am, I have shared the data file with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
You just a minute, huh, ma'am? It is only one data set is there, not a big data set. Only one data set is there.
Okay, sir.
Just check. Have you got it, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please share with participants.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now, again, I am sharing the screen with you, all of you.
Dear participants, we are sharing the data set on our WhatsApp group.
आपका आशीर्वाद से वही मेरे साथ मैं मानता हूँ और बस देख रहा हूँ पॉपअप करूँ मैं एक दो बार से कैसे करना है क्योंकि कॉलेज में पढ़ा हूँ जहाँ ये करो थोड़ा सा गैप सर मैनेज करना पड़ेगा मुझे कैसे करना आप लोग का हेल्प रहेगा सब हो जाएगा हाँ
On Zoom, it is not possible to share. Okay. Don't get disturbed, all of you. Wait, a data is very small. Okay. A data is very small. I'll open the data file. You can make the, yes, yes, Poonam ma'am, I will solve your query also. Listen carefully. Those who are not able to get the data, okay, those who are not able to get the data, right, make such data file. It is very simple, make such data file, right? It's possible, I will share this, I'll copy this here only, and you make this data file in Excel. Have you got this? Say yes or no in the chat box. Please say yes or no in the chat box. Have you got the data? Okay. So what you will do, you just copy this. You just copy this in A1 and save this Excel sheet as data, right? So copy this and save this as data, right? Now what this data is all about, this content can be viewed here. What this is, these are studies. These are all hypothetical studies. The study ABC 1990 conducted. Sample size was 50 and the relationship found between the two constructs or two variable was 0.4. 80.7. This is a sample size is 80.7, 60.3, 350.65, right? Now I am asking you a very simple question. Please pay attention. Which estimates are more stable? Which study estimates are more stable from all of them? Which estimates will be more stable? V. Ramakrishna, not 50. No, not 50. Sample size, more the sample size, the estimates, the mean will be more stable. Next question, please pay attention. Okay, next question, please pay attention. Whose square, red square will be larger? Whose red square will be larger? Which in the forest plot, which one will have a large red square? I'm talking about this part. This part. Which one will have a large red square? Right. So the answer to this is 350. More the sample size, more the size of the square. Right? Is it clear? Shall I proceed further? Next question. Next question. Whose whiskers, whose confidence interval will be small? Whose confidence interval, whose whiskers, Manka ma'am, you have not listened carefully, right? So the whiskers of 350 will be small because the estimates are stable and therefore the confidence interval will be small because it is a large study and therefore the variations will be less. This is 50. The mean based on 0.4 can fluctuate very much. Therefore, confidence interval will be large, right? And therefore, this will have a large whiskers. This will have a small whiskers. This will have a big red box. This will have a small red box. Okay, close this and come in the RStudio. Now, the first query which all of you have got is how you got the 4 screens. Just see here. To get the screen here is very easy. Maximize and minimize. 2 screens are available. Okay. Now, how to generate one more screen here? Press the plus button and R step. So you will get one more window. Is it clear? Is it clear now? 4 windows are available. Right? Okay. Get active. Please get active. It's an afternoon session and you have to pull a lot of your energy. I am asking you one question and you will have to answer. Are you all listening? Please write down yes or no. Yes, we are listening. Write it down. Yes, we are listening. Please write down. All of you. Okay. Even if you are feeling sleepy, wash your face and come quickly. Right? Fine. Now we have to bring the data which is there in Excel into the environment of R. It is known as environment of R. So activate environment from here, import the data set from Excel. From Excel, a window will pop up. Is it maximum 4 screens are only there? V. Ramakrishna. Done. Such window will appear. Is it appearing? Import Excel data. Is it appearing? Right. Giving error. What is the error? Still we have not done anything. Pulkit, what is the error which it is throwing? Please say in the chat box. We have not run any command right now. Okay. Now browse. Right. So the data file which has been sent to you by Deepa ma'am, yeah, Preeti ma'am, any one of them. Please connect this data file here. Right. You don't have to follow my path because my path can be different from yours. Just connect this data, open, right? And the data set which we had seen in Excel is now available here. Import. Did you got the data file here? Say yes or no. Please say yes or no. Okay. Okay, Pulkit is able to solve the problem now. Quite good, quite good. Shall I proceed further? Is anybody lagging behind? I will wait for all of you. Right? I will wait for all of you. Okay, let's proceed further. Now we will have to write some simple commands. Okay, very simple commands are there. Okay, we require a library for analysis, right? And we will have to understand the structure of R also, how it is working. R has been made on light frame, right? Just a minute. R has been made on light frame. Now, what do I mean to, what is the meaning of light frame? See, those who have worked on SPSS, they know that whenever I will click on the menu, I will get the measures, the frequency tabulation, the correlation, what I want to do in SPSS. If I will click on Petal, I'll get the same menu. I'll get the, when I'll click in eViews, I'll get the menu card. But in R, you don't have this. Why R has not provided any option? R does not have anything related to statistics. See, there is no option related to statistics. Now, what is the whole concept which they have thought about is that R is the integration of all the calculators in the world. Of all the calculators in the world. It means to say that you can carry out quantitative study, qualitative study, design of experiment. You can go for fuzzy logic. You can teach bioconductors here. You can teach physics here. You can teach mathematics here. Yes, you can teach derivatives and integration here. To your surprise, you can teach music here. Write the codes, you will be able to play the music. And you can do the paintings also here. And that's the reason it has been made light frame, so that whenever I require to work on any of the above mentioned topic, I will call its library. So as soon as I call its library, all the functions which are related to this library will get activated. I will give a very simple example to this, right? When you go in the library and when you want to read the book of marketing, you go in the else of marketing section. And when you go in the else of marketing section, all the books which are relevant to marketing are available. Similarly, here also, whatever package on which I want to work, I will install it. Installation is one time, right? But calling the library is every time. By calling the library, I mean to say that I'm entering in the else of that section, and when I'll be activating the library of that package, all its functions and utilities are activated. Is it clear? Say yes or no in the chat box. Right? Okay. So we have to install a package which is Meta for carrying out the meta analysis. So all of you go in tools, install packages, tool, install packages. Make sure your internet connection is on. Right on here, Meta. Okay. Click on it and press install. It will start installing the packages. Please do it. Akanksha ma'am. Okay. Just give me one more time. I'll explain it again. No need to worry. I'll explain it. Okay. I'll explain it. First, sir, which one we have to choose? Which one we have to choose means Meta. Meta. You have to choose Meta. Okay, go in tools, install packages, write down Meta. A package for carrying out meta analysis. Meta. Done? So Pooja Kumari is the first person to complete the things. Let's, who are others? Come on, be fast. Sakshi Sharma has completed. Done. Sagarika has done. Preeti Khatri has done. Pulkit has done. Chitra Jaloda done, Pranjal Yadav done, Raut Nilesh done, Subhas Tyagarajan done. Fine. Very nice. Lalita done. So this shows that how actively you are participating in this session, right? Fine. Done. So Akanksha ma'am, your query was there. I am again repeating for you. Ma'am, please pay attention. You will have to install the package one time. Right? Installing the package is one time. It will remain there in your folder. But this package, once the installation is completed, does not mean that it is readily available to you. As soon as you will switch off this R, this package is gone, in the sense it will remain on the system, but it is no longer available for your utilization. So to again activate it, right? To again activate it, you will have to run library. Then you will be able to activate its powers. So library, either you write library or you write require the meta. So it will call its library and you will be able to see its function. Just a minute. Please be with me. Okay, don't write anything. Please be with me. See, I have not activated its library. And when I will write meta core, it does not understand that what do you mean by meta core, right? Meta core is not available. Okay, but as soon as I activate its library, meta core function will be ready. Now, as soon as you write one command, you can run this command by pressing a run button here. See, there is a run button. 1. Right? So run is, I'm setting a code line here, copy and paste. you just copy and paste in the script window and run it, and you will get this type of output. Please say yes or no in the chat box. So Preeti ma'am is very fast and she has completed. The first person to complete, Subhas Pulkit, done, right? Done. Now attach the data, right? Attach the data. The data which is the data set which is there, attach it to the environment of R. Okay. I will give you a very simple explanation for this, that what attach command can do, right? When I was working on R1, right? R1, how to open meta-analysis window. There is no meta-analysis specific window, Pooja Kumari ma'am. You can talk to me. There is no specific window of meta-analysis, ma'am. What's the problem if we are facing, ma'am? Talk to me. There is no, sir, where require was written. This is the script window. You open this plus sign, you can write in untitled. Okay, this meta-analysis, what you are seeing, this is not a meta-analysis window in the sense I have saved with that name. You can also give that name. See, untitled, you press on this floppy disk and give the name meta-analysis, so it will get converted in it. It is not a specific window of meta-analysis. I have given the name, right? Now, you write down in the first line, require meta, attach data, right? Okay. Now see, when I was working on R1, right? Which version of R is at present? Anybody can tell me which version of R is right now? The version is R 4.3.2. I was working on R before 10 years, right? And I have seen this small r changing and it is growing. I have seen its path of growth. So when we were working on R1, attach command was not there. And because of this, our life was miserable. How it was miserable? Let me explain to you. Suppose in a data set, in any data set, there is a variable. Let me give you the name of the data set is employee data set. And in that, there is a variable which is known as salary. Now, suppose if I want to run anything on salary, what I will have to do, I will have to give the reference of employee. For example, I want to generate the frequency, or sorry, I want to generate the correlation between current salary and salary begin. Life was not easy. I will have to give the address of the salary. So salary, where it is located, atomic operator dollar. So salary is located in the employee data set. Okay, comma, beginning salary, where it is located, again atomic operator, employee data set. This was before the attach command. After the attach command, our life became very easy. What I'll say, attach employee data. It has understood that what I'm talking about, attach employee data. Now, just I'll write two variables only, salary and beginning salary. Done. This is the difference which has happened because of the attach command. The command lines have become simple. So run attach data, run is small. When you complete it, please write down done. Yes, name of the file should match with the name in the command. Name of the file should match with the name in the command. Yes, definitely. It is a case sensitive. No, I'm waiting for all of you, Preeti ma'am. I'm waiting for all of you, right? Now I'm running the command M metacall. R is a relationship, N is the sample size. Okay, so run, and then I will say M run, and I'll get the output. I'm copying this command here, and you just confirm that are you able to get the output or not. You will get this type of output. Got it? Say yes or no. Possibly my internet will get disconnected. Just wait for 2-3 minutes. I'll again join with you. Right? Got it?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Done? Done? Say yes or no. Okay. Now in this output, first of all, see the I square. What is the comment on this I square? I square is a measure of heterogeneity. What is the comment on it? I square is more than 50%. What you can say? So whenever the measure of I square is more than 50%, your interpretation is that the heterogeneity is statistically significant. Just see this report card. I square, more than 50%. So it means that the heterogeneity is too much. Shall I proceed further? Say yes or no. Shall I proceed further? Okay. Now confirm another thing from here only. See the output carefully. The Cochrane's Q, and this is degree of freedom. This is Cochrane's Q, and this is degree of freedom. And this is p-value. Again, go in the guideline. Is Cochrane's Q greater than degree of freedom or less than degree of freedom? No, it is not less than. See carefully. Cochrane's Q is greater than degree of freedom, which again suggests that this is a statistically significant heterogeneity, right? It is a statistically significant heterogeneity. This one. Okay. See here. Now see the p-value also. High p-value of chi-square or low p-value of chi-square. So the p-value is less, and therefore this also suggests that it is a statistically significant heterogeneity, right? Now let's try to generate the forest plot. Run forest M, and on your right hand side the plot will be generated. Just see. Write the command on your own. Forest M, F small. Is it generating the forest M? Say yes or no. Is it generating? Okay. Now, whatever which we had understood, small sample size, small boxes, large sample size, large boxes. Is it confirming? Just see the plot first. Okay. Small sample size, large whiskers. Large sample size, small whiskers. Is it confirming the same thing? Is it confirming the same thing? Okay. Let's try to understand. The large study, 350, the sample size of 350. I got the correlation 0.65 and the variations can be between 0.59 and 0.71 because the confidence interval is, the confidence interval will be small, right? Small studies, the variation can be very large because we are not sure that this estimate is stable or not. Right? Shall I proceed further? Say yes or no. Shall I proceed further? Okay. Now there are two models, the common effect model and the random effect model. Okay, common effect model and random effect model. The difference between common and random is that the fixed effect, common effect is also known as a fixed effects. Fixed effects gives more weightage to large studies and small weightage to small studies. See, here 350 is a large sample size and the more weightage will be given to it. And 50 is a small sample, less weightage will be given. So in case of fixed effects, we give unequal weights based on the sample size. Is it clear? Say yes or no in the chat box. Is it clear? Say yes or no in the chat box. Right? Okay. Now just see on this side, random. More or less, it will give equal weightage to all studies. Right? See, more or less equal weightage will be given to all studies. Is it clear? So the only difference between fixed effects and random is fixed effects gives a weightage based on sample size. Random effects gives the weightage not on the base of sample size. It is just equal distribution or equal percentage assigned. Now, when to use fixed effects and when to use random effects? Again, go in the difference. When you are having a statistically significant heterogeneity, you will use random effects. And when it is an insignificant heterogeneity, you will use fixed effects. Is it clear? Is it clear? Say yes or no in the chat box. Please say yes or no in the chat box. All of you, please say yes or no. Come on. Right? Okay. So we are having the output of common effects also and fixed random effects also. Which to interpret? Should I interpret from first one or second one? Come on, tell me. Heterogeneity is statistically significant. Should I see common effect model or a random effect model? Come on, tell me what is your answer? What is your answer? Perfect. We should do the interpretation from random effect. So overall, we can say that if the study is conducted on large scale, the correlation can be two variables, can be 0.45, and it can fluctuate from 0.25 to 0.61, right? It can fluctuate. Here, I square will be given, which is 91%, which is a measure of heterogeneity. Tau square is 0.0682, less the tau square, more the heterogeneity. P-value is less than 0.01. Now see this diamond. It is on plus side. It means that when whatever, irrespective of whatever time the study is being conducted, as it is on the positive side, the effect of X on Y, or the relationship between X and Y, or the correlation between X and Y is always positive. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? Shall I proceed further? Now, there can be number of possibilities which can be there in this model. The other possibility which is there is, say for example, if your diamond is on the center line, what will be your interpretation? Come on. Now you are smart enough to say, if your diamond is on the central line, what will be your interpretation? Come on, tell me. Please tell me what will be the interpretation. Be fast. No relationship between X and Y, not significant. We cannot say anything between X and Y. No relationship. Okay. If your diamond is located here, then negative relationship. Okay. Now you are having two types of diamonds. One with the large confidence interval. This is the confidence interval of the diamond, right? And the small diamond, right? Which meta-analysis is good? The small diamond or the large diamond, whose confidence interval is large? Think carefully and tell me. Very nice. Vidisha, very nice. Manka Sharma, very nice. Supreet, very nice. Pulkit, very nice. So this is the success of my lecture. You have all understood the concept very nicely. Smaller the diamond, better is the meta-analysis. Why? Please explain why. Why? Why? Because the confidence interval is small, estimates are more stable, and we can rely on the studies. Fine. So this is meta-analysis. Let's proceed further. I hope you are not exhausted. Shall I proceed further? Shall I proceed further? Now, academicians thought of another thing. And what was that another thing is that we have considered that this type of analysis is good. If all the studies are on one side, it is quite good, right? If all the studies are located on one side, it is very good that we all agree that the more or less the effect is positive. But there is something which is beyond this, or rather the academicians came out with something more. A doctor in AIIMS Hospital has declared that there is no effect of COVID on children, right? There is no effect of COVID on children. Now, there is a doctor in AIIMS Hospital, experience 35 years. Okay. A doctor in rural area, passed MD just 2 years before. And he's giving the statement, there is effect of COVID on children. Will anybody rely on this doctor? Say yes or no in the chat box. Will anybody rely on this doctor? Right. What is the problem which I am facing here? Why people will not rely on this? Okay. Right. Now see the same thing which has happened in our case also. right? Let's say that you are a young researcher. Okay, you are a young researcher means aspiring researcher, and you have came out with the conclusion which is very contradictory with your predecessors, or you are trying to refute your own guide. What will happen? What will happen? You are contradicting, right, your predecessors. You are young, in the sense, aspiring researcher. What will happen? Is your research appreciated? Will you try to have a contradictory view from your guide? Will you do that? Say yes or no. Right. Now, no, but results can support. Agreed. Agreed. But you will not try to contradict from your guide. One. Second, you have came out with a study whose p-value is more than 0.05, which means that I have not found any effect, no effect of X on Y, no association between X and Y, no relationship between X and Y, right? Will your guide, external referee, right, or the journals consider this for publication? Because you have came out with a study which does not have any result, and therefore your study is inconclusive, so no result. Will anybody publish this study with no result? Say yes or no. Say yes or no. This means that we are so much obsessed. We are so much obsessed with p-value that in any case, we will bring it less than 0.05 so that we can say the effect was there. Friends, let me be very clear. Thomas Alva Edison, right, showed us 10,000 ways in which bulb cannot be made, right? In which bulb cannot be made. Is this not a research? Is this not a research? Is this not a research? It is a research. But why we are so much obsessed with the p-value that we are following the cat's race? Cat's race means we are trying to follow what our predecessors have done, and we are obsessed with the p-value that it should be less than 0.05. And therefore, what happens is we generate something which is known as publication bias. We are so much biased with this thing that we are afraid of contradicting our views with existing body of the literature. We are afraid that if I will contradict, my guide will not approve. External referee will not approve. We are so much obsessed with the p-value that we, in any case, we want to bring it less than 0.05. And therefore, the existing body, because of the publication bias, is getting contaminated. And therefore, any lie which is spoken 100 times will turn into truth, which all we are doing. Do you all agree? Say yes or no in the chat box. Right. Let's proceed further. Vincent, we will have to first detect that is there publication bias or not, right? Is there a publication bias or not, right? I will give you a very simple example which is running in your brain of publication bias, right? See what has happened to your brain over the periods, right? Whatever terminology which I write here, you have to pronounce. You don't have to unmute yourself. You just pronounce, right? You just speak in your subconscious, right? Done? Please say yes or no. Done? Whatever word I am speaking here, you just speak in your subconscious. Done? Done? Now I will ask one question and you will have to answer in the chat box. Come on, fast. I will give you only 2 seconds. Fast. I want to see who is answering the correct. Deepa ma'am, are you there? Right. To your surprise, answer yolk is wrong. Is wrong. The correct answer is albumin. Right? Is albumin. This is what is happening in our literature. Coke, pope, and yolk. Right? The correct answer is albumin. We are blindly following the literature which has been written by the predecessors, and that's the reason we are entering into the publication bias. I'll give you the diagram how publication bias will look and how to detect it. So your publication bias looks like something like this. See, here 0% publication bias, here 100% publication bias. It's a cat's race, right? It's a cat's race. If one person is writing about Dabbawalas, all of them are following Dabbawalas. If one person is writing something of Six Sigma, all of them are writing Six Sigma. If one of them is writing about COVID, all of them are not thinking any novel approach. Now the question is, are journals biased? Definitely, I'll say journals are also biased, right? Because they are also looking for effects. There is hardly any journal which will publish any result which says that there is no result, right? I have not came out with any result, but nobody will be able to publish this. Let's proceed further. The publication bias can come from the sources which are sensitivity, yeah, here it is. The publication biases can be the location bias, the language bias, citation bias, poor methodology. It can be chance, right? Or it can be true heterogeneity. So we have to find out. But then what is the contribution of research, sir? Yes, Vidisha ma'am, what is your question all? Vidisha, what is your question all about? What is your question? Okay, we'll keep it later on. All of you go in the data, all of you again go in R, right? And run funnel M. Funnel M. Please activate, try to run. Don't write help forest. Don't write it. Run funnel M. Done? Okay. Can you tell me it is having a publication bias? See, basically, to have a publication bias, or is your literature suffering from publication bias, how your plot will look? Your plot will have all the points on in the same side. Either the points will be here or they are on this side. If you are having such type of points, your existing body of the literature is suffering from publication bias. Either it is this side or this side. Now, how will the healthy data look like? The healthy data will have a points which are on both the sides, but make it sure that they are not beyond this dotted line. If they are beyond this dotted line, it means that it is having a statistically significant heterogeneity. The fluctuations are too much. The ideal situation is plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, minus. Sir, it should be inside the triangular region. Of course, it should be inside the triangular region and on both the sides. I hope, Pulkit, I have answered your question. Shall I proceed further? Last part. Now, suppose this study is carried out in future. What is the prediction of this metacore? Right? And you will get one more line here, red line. I'm sending a command line to you. Please, all of you run this. Make sure that you will have to run all the three, then only you will be able to get the plot, right? So when the study is carried out, again, done. 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 All of you got the answer. Now see how we will interpret this. The interpretation is that when this study is carried out, when we are trying to predict that if there are large sample, what can be the fluctuation? So the red line is crossing the center line also and negative also. So it says that the fluctuation can happen. The relationship between the two variables can be between minus 0.30 to plus 0.86. So it is a prediction which we are trying to do with the help of metacore function. Clear? Is it clear? Say yes or no. Done? Okay. Now one more program I had asked to you to install it, and that is Jamovi. Please activate the Jamovi. Please activate the Jamovi. Okay, done. Done. Okay, here you will not be able to see this package Major. We require this package Major for meta-analysis. So click on modules here, right? Click on the Jamovi library. A screen will open. Is it opening? Say yes or no. Is it opening? Yeah, you click here, plus module, Jamovi library. Now write down here Major. Okay. In my case, I have already installed it and therefore it is showing update. In your case, it will show install. Press install and it will start its installation. Done. Okay. Now we will have to bring that data set, which is there in Excel sheet, in Jamovi. Click here, open. Click here, open. Browse. Connect that data set here. Or both the screens are available. Right? Both the screens are available. Done. Please say yes or no. Press open. And it will bring the data here. If you got the data, please say yes or no. Please come on, last 10 minutes are there. Try to bring the energy. We are trying to do the meta-analysis from the Jamovi platform. Got it? Okay. Now my question to all of you is, how many of you are getting ABC here before this data set? How many of you are getting ABC before this data set? Just it's showing like ABC here. ABC before this data set. How many of you are getting it? Is okay. Sakshi Sharma is getting this. 1. Sakshi ma'am, please pay attention. Sakshi ma'am, what you will have to do is you will have to delete this ABC which is showing. Click on this, right click, delete the variable, clean it. ABC, clean it. Done, Sakshi ma'am. ABC, clean it. The scales are automatically defined. There are some advantages of Jamovi also. So someday when I will be able to deliver, you can see my YouTube channel where I have already uploaded the videos on Jamovi. Okay. Now, how many of you are able to see this scale and in a nominal way? It's a nominal, right? It's a nominal. I will have to change it and I will have to convert it into scale. Please lend me your ears. Please lend me your ears. Double click, a window will drop out. Is the window dropping out? A window will pop out. Please say yes or no in the chat box. Now click on this and make this as continuous. Make measure type as continuous. Done? 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 Anybody who is left out, feel free to discuss with me. I am again repeating the procedure for you. See, here you will be having a nominal scale, which we will have to change it. Bring the cursor here, a black arrow will appear. Double click on it. A pop-up window will appear. Change the scale from nominal to continuous and press this up arrow and you will get this again. Got it? Now activate the measure package. Measure. Correlation coefficients. Right? Now you transfer R, which is a correlation here, 1. The sample size of the study here, 2. And the study label here. So whatever thing which we had written the command for it, it has generated without the command. Kindly see here. Is it there? Done? Now see the I square. Is it same? Is it same? No. It is just variation is little bit, not more than that. Oh, that was 90%. This is 88%. Okay. Now click on the plot. One more thing is just see. It has identified the model on its own, random effects model. According to the heterogeneity, it is not giving the result of fixed effects. It has understood that the random effect model is better. Click on plots, right? Click on no, you just drag, sorry, this side you drag it and just see the forest plot. Is it the same thing? See the diamond also? Just drag it this side. Click on the prediction interval and you will get the red one also. See the prediction interval. Done? Okay. I want to see the publication bias. Click here. And now click on scroll this side and see the publication bias. Is it there? Publication bias. No? Sir, just click on the publication bias here and it will generate the plot here. And scroll. Please scroll this side. It will be below. Check this. You should check this. It will be below. Right? I am again sharing a screen with you. Be with me. So many of my videos have been uploaded on my channel, which is Dhaval Mehta. You go in the playlist. I have uploaded the data analysis using 9, data analysis using Tableau, data analysis using SPSS, machine learning using Python, structural equation modeling using Head & Co, structural equation modeling using Smart PLS4, panel data analysis using EViews 12, all those who want to work on econometrics, time series using EViews 12, data analysis using RapidMiner, data science using Python, data analysis using R and RStudio, structural equation modeling using Smart PLS, qualitative data analysis in NVivo. In total, I am teaching 45 softwares, which includes SPSS, so SPSS, StatCraft, Jamovi, Minitab, MATLAB, Gretchen, EViews, MS, Smart PLS, Head & Co, Design Expert, qualitative data analysis using NVivo, machine learning using Orange, R, RStudio, R Commander, machine learning using RRattle, machine learning using RCarrot, machine learning using Veka, machine learning using RapidMiner, production and operation management using Tora, Gephi for network analysis, Python with Jupyter Notebook, machine learning on Python with Scikit package, data analysis using Stata, data analysis using Tableau, Power BI, Alteryx. The videos have already been uploaded, right? Sir, Amos software provide, please. Google Data Studio, IBM Watson predictive analysis. Now, all those who want to be in touch with me, right? I'm sharing a small link by which you will be able to join my vast DM network, right? It consists of 10 WhatsApp channels. So wherever my program is there all over the world, right, you will get the notification of all my upcoming programs. I'm also sharing my contact details with you in case if you want to be in touch with me, right? So Alan, I don't know what is a reaction. Alanka Trivedi, what is a reaction? I don't know. My books which are available on Amazon are data analysis using R. 22 chapters are there in this. There is one book of mine which is machine learning using R. Okay, so it is having 14 chapters, right? And this is my WhatsApp channel which I'm sharing with you. So you can be in touch with me. The last one is a WhatsApp channel. So I'll stop sharing it. Now I'll activate my window and all of you can talk with me. Over to you. I hope you have enjoyed the session today. I will activate my video. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. The session was really very interactive, and we have learned a new software, Jamovi. It's really very nice. And proceeding ahead, sir, I will be the moderator for Q&A session. I'm Akanksha Bajpayee here. So any participants, if you have any questions, you can just raise your hand and you can ask the questions from our professor.
I request participants to raise their hands so that our host will be able to unmute you.
Vincent Bellon, SPSS is paid, Jamovi is free version. There are many features in Jamovi. Its power is increasing day by day. There is one more software which is JSP. It is having a tremendous power. One more software which has been launched by Excel is ExcelStat. I'll show you the powers of JESP and what are the things which you can do in JESP. I'm again sharing a screen with you, right? Be with me. So these programs are running quite often. Just see here, you can do descriptive statistics, t-test, ANOVA, mixed models, regressions, frequency, factor analysis, machine learning, structural equation modeling, also now in JES, right? There is one software which has been recently launched in India, which is ExcelStat. It was already there, but the modifications which they have done are very, very, you can say, big modifications they have came out with. And just a minute. Here ExcelStat is there. Just see, describing the data, visualizing the data, modeling the data. See the options which are there. Machine learning, right? Advanced features, sensory data analysis, marketing tools, conjoint text mining, decision network, time series analysis, SPC, design of experiment, right? Text analysis, nothing is left which they have included in plugin. So the softwares are coming out with the newer and newer plugins. Okay, any other question?
Sir, my question from my side, sir, one question just want to ask. Sir, we have seen a smart PLS also, one of the software. So how is it relevant and how means how we can use it? I mean, is it more relevant or we can use Jamovi instead of that?
For what?
So for the analysis, like we use SPSS, we use R. So is it it is beneficial to use smart PLS or better than Jamovi? Which one is the best?
See, there are some features which are available in Smart PLS which are exclusive features, right? So it's a canvas-based software. The pluses are user-friendly, canvas-based software. Minus is very costly. If I talk about Jamovi, free software, you can work on it very nicely. Structural equation modeling is present there also. You can do SEM there also, completely free, right? For SEM, there are many softwares. One of the software is Omega NYX free, JES free, Jamovi free, right? So it's up to you. If you talk about theoretical difference between AMOS and Smart PLS, then in Smart PLS, you will be able to work on formative construct, which you will not be able to work on AMOS. In Smart PLS, you will be able to work on small data, which is not possible in AMOS. If I talk about advantage of AMOS, the estimates are more stable in comparison to Smart PLS. Okay, any other query?
No, sir. We feel like no queries. Thank you so much, sir, for your time and efforts. It was very nice and very interactive sessions. I request all the participants to kindly join tomorrow for the same session. The professor will continue the session tomorrow as well. Thank you so much, sir.
How to get more detailed working of the software, Pulkit, just see the channel. It's data science is a very, very long journey, right? There is nothing like a rocket science, which you can do it in 1 month or 2 months. Almost 14 years have passed in my journey to learn all this software. You take one software, you take one data, understand it. My tutorials are there, books are there. Right. So one software, understand it, then take the second software. Thank you, Divya ma'am. Thank you, Preeti ma'am, for giving an opportunity in your esteemed organization. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.